Your tomato plant is not dying. It is being sabotaged by the very heat you thought it just needed to survive. Here is the part nobody tells you. The moment your thermometer crosses 95 degrees, the pollen inside every tomato flower turns sterile. Not weak. Sterile. Every bloom you were counting on simply drops and rots in the soil below. That is what July does to an ordinary garden. But here at Gardening Secrets Hub, we do not garden for an ordinary July. Today, I am handing you 9 vegetables that do not just survive the hottest weeks of summer in a container. They speed up. They fruit harder. They actually grow sweeter the hotter it gets, because heat is the exact condition they were built for. And I will warn you now, some of what I am about to say goes directly against what you have probably been taught about summer gardening. So if you disagree with me by the end of this, tell me in the comments, because I want to hear it. Number 1. Tomatoes. Here is the controversial part. Most gardeners are not failing at tomatoes because of the heat. They are failing because they are growing the wrong tomato entirely. A standard beefsteak shuts down above 90 degrees. But varieties like Heatmaster, Solar Fire, and Florida 91 were bred to keep making viable pollen while everything else around them sterilizes. Grow them in a 5 to 10 gallon pot, keep the moisture dead consistent, and hold your soil pH between 6.2 and 6.8. Let that moisture swing from bone-dry to soaked, and you get blossom end rot, that ugly brown leathery patch on the bottom of the fruit. That is not a disease. That is you forgetting to water on schedule. Number 2. Peppers. While your tomato is throwing a tantrum, your pepper is thriving. Its sweet spot sits between 70 and 85 degrees. Grow small, in a 3 to 5 gallon pot, and cluster your pots together instead of scattering them across hot concrete. Grouped containers raise humidity and shade each other's sides, and your peppers ride out a heat spike far better for it. Pick the early fruit a little green instead of waiting for full color, and the plant rewards you with another round. And another. Number 3. Okra. This plant sulks in cool weather and explodes once things turn oppressive. But here is the mistake that costs people their entire harvest. Waiting. An okra pod goes from tender to woody in about 2 days. Skip it on Monday, and by Wednesday, it is edible lumber. Cut daily, wear gloves, because the pods carry near invisible spines, and give it a deep 10-gallon pot so that taproot has somewhere to go. If you are enjoying this so far, hit subscribe now, because the next 3 vegetables are the ones almost nobody grows, and they might just be the biggest upgrade to your summer garden all year. Number 4. Eggplant. The diva of the container garden. Push past 95 degrees and its pollen sterilizes exactly like a tomato's. The fix costs nothing. A little afternoon shade gets it fruiting again. Just never drape shade cloth directly onto the leaves. The dark fabric absorbs heat and scorches everything it touches. Suspend it a few inches above the plant instead. Number 5. Sweet potatoes. This one almost feels like cheating. A sprawling vine that treats drought and blistering heat as ordinary weather. Skip the thin black plastic pot. It bakes the roots in what growers call the blacktop effect. Use a light-colored pot or a fabric grow bag instead. Feed lightly, stop feeding a month before harvest, and let the roots cure afterward in a warm, humid spot. That curing step is the difference between bland and genuinely sweet. Number 6. Malabar spinach. Despite the name, this is not spinach at all. It is a climbing vine that thrives above 90 degrees, racing 6 feet up a trellis, while true spinach has long since bolted and died. The one rule, never let it go dry. Dry soil pushes it to flower, and flowering turns the leaves bitter. Now here is where I will say something that might upset a few of you. Coffee grounds and eggshells are not the miracle fix for blossom end rot that half the gardening internet claims they are. The real fix is consistent watering and steady calcium in the soil from the start. If you have been sprinkling crushed eggshells on top of your soil expecting a fix, tell me in the comments, because that debate needs to happen. Number 7. Amaranth. This plant runs on a completely different engine than your lettuce, the same high-efficiency photosynthesis corn uses, letting it build sugar under blazing light while barely drinking water. Keep cutting it back or it will race to 6 feet and go straight to seed. Water it early, between 5 and 9 in the morning, before the sun burns off what you just gave it. Number 8. Armenian cucumber. Technically a melon wearing a cucumber's disguise, and that is exactly why it survives where true cucumbers buckle under heat and mildew. It is thirsty, so deep regular watering is not optional here. And check your hose before you use it. Water sitting in a dark hose under full sun can climb past 120 degrees, hot enough to scald delicate roots. Number 9. Tomatillos. These flat out refuse to fail in the heat. But there is one rule that sinks more tomatillo crops than any pest ever could. A single plant gives you almost nothing. They cannot fertilize themselves. You need at least two, planted close together, for the bees to do their work. So here is what actually connects every single plant on this list. None of them are simply tougher versions of your spring garden. They are different plants entirely, built for tropical heat, holding water in ways your lettuce and your beefsteak tomato never could. The gardener who struggles every July is usually dragging cool weather crops through heat those plants were never built to survive. The one harvesting baskets all summer stopped fighting the weather completely and started planting things that consider this their season. If this changed the way you are going to look at your containers this summer, subscribe to Gardening Secrets Hub. Drop a comment telling me which one of these 9 you are trying first, and I will see you in the next one.